I were to be born 1,000,000 times, I'll do ministry again. Encouraging young people not to be materialistic in their ministry outlook. It is not what you have, it is not the crowd behind you, it is the focus on what God called you to do and being faithful to that calling.
For Mewazi Dandaura style of ministry, I see that as a success. But the greatest success that I will say he has registered in the last few years, I knew him first as an evangelist, powerful evangelist, organizing powerful crusades, then that leader training or leaders, and then a few years ago he started the discipleship process, which to me is a great achievement because it's gone back direct to the Great Commission.
Reverend Mewazi is a committed man to God, committed to the vision that God has given to him. He's committed to raising discipleship. He has been into evangelism, crusading. He has been into other aspects of ministry. But you see, ministry goes from face to face. Right now, he's more on discipleship, especially this aspect of discipleship that is missing in the whole church-wide world. He's talking about relational discipleship. He's emphasizing that more. And that's what attracted me to his institution. I went to register and to study relational discipleship under him. I'm yet a student. I'm yet undergoing that class. I've not finished. And so then, but on a general note, Mewazi is one of the rare people we have in ministry today, very committed, given to it. And he has raised his family with biblical standards. He's a man that's a mentor. If you want to learn from him, you can learn a lot. He models people, all of that. And I understand, I love him. He's a committed man. He's a serious person. He's a prayerful person. He's a man of faith. And all of this work in his life. I like to learn after him.
I've always known Mewazi from the word go to be an evangelist, pure and simple. And the Lord used him mightily in that office, in that calling of an evangelist. He held evangelistic crusades throughout the length and breadth of this country, in cities, in towns, in villages, wherever the Spirit of the Lord led him to. He held crusades. He had passion for soul winning. He had passion for people being saved and being delivered from the clutches of sin and of the devil. And a fallout of that is what the Lord started using him to do much later in the area of discipleship. He shared with me the fact that he saw that in the church there were a lot of converts, there were a lot of people that were being saved but were not being discipled, and that was the missing link. And he went headlong into this aspect of a ministry that many people run away from because it's time consuming, because it calls for labor of love, because it calls for you spending time one-on-one with people, not just preaching 15 minutes evangelistic message and you run away, but sitting down with people, building their spirit man, showing them the way of the Lord, teaching them like Jesus said we should go teach all nations, mentoring them, raising sons and helping people to find their destiny, to find their area of calling. And you will also recall that Reverend Mewazi's ministry started hosting the Pastors and Ministers Conference as an annual thing, which became a platform for grooming ministers, for teaching, training, and mentoring minister